lineup in 12 games. They've been battling with injuries, availability, and so again, seventh different starting lineup early. Nebraska, they've been equally hit by injuries early, and really some tough ones too, as Natalie Potts out for the year, but this will be the Huskers starting lineup for tonight. Amaya Hargrove getting her first start of the season, a terrific freshman.
Exactly, and she's played really well the past and earning that start. She's come into the offense a little bit more. She's playing solid defense as well.
So two freshmen in the starting lineup and some experience as well.
Exactly. Seeing Markowski out there and Callan Hake, they've been staples pretty much for the past 2 and 3 years respectively.
Carson Murphy will tip it off against Alexis Markowski and controlled by the Mocs to open it up. It's going to be called on Nebraska.
Callan Hake did what she could. She's hustled back. Probably was still moving a little bit there, shuffling her feet, didn't quite get set. Fortunately, those long rebounds just got tipped around. Really nothing Nebraska could do there. Callan did her best to get between her and tried to take the charge.
There's Deandra Shermer, first season at Chattanooga. Rotating players, maybe lacking consistency. Good entry pass, and Markowski, strong down low, gets the basket.
And what a great catch. That was a tough entry pass, but she stuck with it, kept the ball high. Great finish. Huskers
jump into the full court pressure. Ellie Saldez is able to handle it.
So far, the Mocs team pretty comfortable on offense. They're kind of running through everything. They're not going to be...
And out, stay with Nebraska.
Some good interior passing. The Mocs, they were playing really good defense. They're not allowing anything easy inside.
Hake with the entry pass. Here is Prince. She'll take the three. Prince, who's shooting 46% this year from three-point range. Just off on her first.
And she really, Prince really can score at all three levels. Her 3 points, forgetting the third one. Jordan Hooper, cannot forget Jordan Hooper. Yes, so elite company there, and just fantastic, a testament to how hard she works. Just doing all the little things in their rebounding, and then obviously scoring, being a tough force around the hoop.
Jordan Hooper's going to text you here shortly.
She will, sorry Jordan.
Long three off the front of the rim. It'll be out off of the Mocs, Nebraska's ball. Huskers on top, 5-4 here early on. Mentioned Nebraska, there's a look.
It's one way to let the Mocs into this game. There's turnovers, not getting rebounds. They're going to have to shore that up.
Ellie Saldez now pushes tempo a bit ahead to Corbett.
And we're seeing the Mocs just having time. They're getting comfortable. They're being very patient.
Wolfsdotter with it.
Good sign of a well-coached team that there's no urgency, no getting nervous. They're just very... The Mocs have been doing a great job at gap defense. Anytime Nebraska player drives and they think they have a lane, it's being cut off.
Moriarty off the bench, knocks down the three-pointer. Knotted at 8. Good pace here by the Mocs. In transition, a three by Card. And Ava Card knocks down a triple.
Great push, great kick, yes.
11% before that.
She shot it with confidence. It was a great read. Attacked a gap, kicked out to Moriarty, and she shot it. She's been a spark off of the bench for them. They've had different people step up at different times off of the bench and provide a spark, and Moriarty came in off the bench, hit a big three.
Moriarty again with a three. Back to back for Kendall Moriarty, the senior out of Wheaton, Illinois.
On cue, we planned it perfectly, right? She hits the second one. So again, with the injury to Potts earlier this season, attacked a gap, kicked out to Moriarty, and she shot it. She's been a spark off of the bench for them. They've had different people step up at different times off of the bench and provide a spark, and Moriarty came in off the bench, hit a big three.
Moriarty again with a three. Back to back for Kendall Moriarty, the senior out of Wheaton, Illinois.
On cue, we planned it perfectly, right? She hits the second one. So again, with the injury to Potts earlier this season.
Foul in the first. These 2 for 2 from the floor. Back in there to provide some offensive punch for the Huskers.
The Mocs do have some good size at their guard and forwards, so look for them a little bit. They were just doing it to Birdie Rimdahl a little bit ago, trying to post up our smaller guards.
Jessica Petrie picks up her first foul.
When they get those turnovers, you cannot miss those layups.
.45 remaining here in this first quarter. There's Markowski from range.
Great shot. That's what makes Markowski so difficult to guard. She not only is a force inside, but she has a really great outside shot as well.
He leads the way for Nebraska with 8 points. Moriarty, on the strength of those 2 3-pointers, has 6. Ellie Saldes leads the way for Chattanooga with 4.
Yeah, and Britt Prince did not score in that first quarter, but she does so many other things for this team, gets everybody involved, gets them set up. I would not anticipate her going scoreless all night, though, so at some point, I think we'll see some of the offense turn up as well.
Corbett with the steal. Turnover for Nebraska. Daughter. 17-14, Nebraska with the lead. Hake looking inside. Markowski was calling for it. Moriarty cutting Coley, kicks it back out. Hake with the open look. Hake is long, and Corbett comes down with the rebound.
Well, I think a point of emphasis at halftime might be that the Cornhuskers aren't hitting the offensive board. They're not getting any second chance opportunities. Credit to the Mocs, they are defensive rebounding very well. It's been something great Nebraska's been able to do. They've got a fairly deep bench, so they'll play 10, they'll play 11, so they'll play. They feel comfortable playing everybody. At the end of the season in the Big Ten, when you get to conference, that's going to pay off for them. They'll have fresher legs across the board. Great defense by the Mocs.
Fantastic. I think it was Amaya Hargrove stepping on the inline. Turns it over.
Extra opportunity on the offensive side.
Bojan guarding out of the perimeter. Good feed. Nice ball movement. Ava Card's 3 is off.
There was a great slip to the basket off of that ball screen, and then, as you mentioned, they had great rotation, just were unable to capitalize.
Foul called on number 1, but it's gotten much better late in the first and early here in the second.
Yes, and against Tarleton State, they were coming off their first Big Ten game of the season with Minnesota. And I think sometimes for teams it is hard to keep that same level of intensity. They were forcing some threes. Tonight, they're getting a lot of their threes from guards attacking the basket, getting inside the defense and kicking out, so they're able to shoot in rhythm.
Skip pass by Widener. Shot on the way by Hargrove is off. Tip long, Prince gathers it in. And Bojan just off the back of the rim a bit hard. And slow to get up, and this is not what DeAndre Shermer wants to see is Carson Murphy.
Again, Card notices that her defender had turned her back, made a great cut for an easy lay-in on that last possession.
Widener comes away with the loose ball. A little sloppy here in his last 2 minutes on both ends of the floor. Feed down low. Bojan.
What a great pass by Kendall Coley. Recognize that Bojan had low block position, put it in a perfect spot where only Bojan could catch it.
Shot is off, and now Prince will push it. Here's Hake. Hake drives in. They're going to say a foul on Markowski, clearing the way for Hake underneath.
Couldn't quite see the whole. nothing egregious, I guess, but you do.
And that's how we end the first half. Good defensive battle by both of these teams. Nebraska, which averages 82 points a game, held to 29. There you're looking at your leading scorers as Nebraska has a 9-point advantage here at halftime over the Chattanooga Mocs out of the SoCon. Called on Ellie Saldez. Here's the last time.
Again, just shifty little move by the point guard. Splits right down the middle. Defense didn't recognize, didn't communicate. Easy lane.
Ellie Saldez out of Mater Day in California. One of the great athletic programs in high school athletics around the country. Her second personal foul.
Great defensive pressure by Nebraska. They've ran some traps at the ball handler. They were able to successfully get tips here. Maya Hargrove comes up with it. Set here. So. Great big hedge by Markowski.
Rebound by Hargrove. Good push here by Nebraska with tempo, and Prince just loses it. Turnover on the Huskers. 7th turnover of the game on Nebraska, 9 for Chattanooga. And defense here by Hake.
Great gritty defense, kept good positioning, hands vertical, so she didn't called for the reach. Very tough defender, Callan Hake is. And an elevator screen for Callan.
Got the screen, got the three.
Tipped away. Pressure. I think the conversation at halftime in Nebraska's locker room was centered around defense.
Rimdahl with a great feed and Hake lays it in.
Great concentration under pressure, running full speed. That again was a difficult shot that she made look fairly easy, but that was a difficult shot.
And tipped away by Widener. Nebraska's defensive pressure has taken a couple steps up here in this third quarter.
Exactly. Defense leading.
Nebraska right now on a 7-0 run. Every one of those 7 points scored by Callan Hake. Nice block there.
That's only fitting. Callan Hake has turned up the defensive pressure a lot in this second half, so it's only fitting the people that are turning up the defensive pressure are getting rewarded on the other end with the offense.
Carden with the drive. Good take.
Bojan's got to work a little harder. She's playing behind the post on that defense and reaches around. That's a little bit lazy defense. Needs to work a little harder on getting her body around in front instead of just settling for reaching from behind. We'll see if Nebraska can continue their defensive pressure.
Jade Moore into the game now for good job defensively there by Corbett to get a hand in the face.
That's a great defense. Got a tip on that. Really affected the shot. Made her try to change it mid.
And then hustles down and is rewarded at the other end. Good job by Gianna Corbett.
Ball movement. Pulling where the defense was playing.
Moriarty called for the foul.
So the Mocs here are going to want to try to get some momentum to finish this quarter. Look for them to use as much of the shot clock as they can and try to get a really good shot, something going to her, obviously. on cue. It's a big three.
She knew she made that big play at the end of the third.
Great back cut. You can tell that's a well-coached team.
Yeah.
They're making great reads at the right time. Just, again, when she can get some of her girls back on the floor, they're going to be a force. Allison Weiner pops up top. When you're up, maybe you want to use a little more of the shot clock, get yourself a really good shot. That turned into offense for the Mocs.
Good hustle by Markowski to keep it alive. Widener kicks it back out. Petrie, great bounce pass. Markowski with the bucket.
Such a pretty dish by Petrie. She's a really good passer.
Did you just say Petrie dish?
It's a good one, Larry.
You said it. Just recognizing it. 3 Petrie dishes is a new career high.
Okay.
For Petrie.
Nice. She's got the ability. Her and Petra Bozon both. I don't know if that's in the international game, but for bigs, they both pass the ball very well.
UTC now with it. Here is 50 remain. That one knocked down by Rimdahl.
Good screen by Markowski. I think you're seeing the Mocs aren't getting out on shooters as well as they were in the first parts of the game. Fatigue might be setting in a little bit, but great read by Rimdahl off of that screen.
Oh, good tie-up by Rimdahl.
And she was able to get a tip out and easy lay-in.
Timeout taken to the floor. We'll grab one, too. Huskers in control here in the fourth. There are the numbers on the afternoon for Alexis Markowski.
18 points, 8 rebounds. It's 2 more rebounds to get to yet another.
By the Mocs. With a 1-2-2.
Just trying whatever they can to disrupt the offense, trying to get back in it. See a good trap.
Timeout taken by Amy Williams as Coley was trapped in the half court. 22-point advantage, 59-37. Let's listen to Amy Williams.
It's just funny, this brings up a story early in practice.
17 remaining in the fourth. It is a 22-point game. And we had that foul.
A couple quick calls there. Sometimes seems like at the end of a game, you might start calling it a little differently. Not sure. There wasn't a lot of contact there. It's a good back cut. Kalanick tried to recover. Got a hand on it, tipped it out of bounds, but that was a great read and back cut.
Christopher, Illinois. And she's seen a little more playing time since the injury to Natalie Potts.
What I've liked about Hargrove, if she has let the game come to her, she hasn't pushed too much. Sometimes as freshmen, they can tend to push when they're thrown into the lineup due to an injury. They'll push and try to do too much. She's really just played within herself and let the game come to her.
Good block.
1 minute remaining. Fourth quarter.
Bojan, top the key. Hake. Little tip to Coley. 50 seconds remain here in the game. Coley with the jumper. Kendall Coley puts it in.
Good ball movement. The Mocs are picking up their pressure. You see Bojan put it on the floor, find an open Coley.
Final 10 seconds will tick away here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And Nebraska with the 24-point win over Chattanooga. The final 66-42. The Huskers unbeaten here at PBA this year, and Nebraska moves to 10-1, led